other side.
And foster belonging and inclusion.
Sorry, I had to tell everyone. If you want a program, there's some right here that shows all the events, and there's a giveaway that they want everyone to sign up for if you're interested.
And encourage all citizens to celebrate cultural diversity in our community. Thank you.
Thanks so much, everyone.
That's good, man.
Please, one more hand for the signing of that historical proclamation. Okay. So, stories have the power to connect us to our shared humanity. Join us in celebrating the beauty of storytelling across languages and cultures. As a visual, the Oscar-winning short film, Hair, will play on the screen behind us. We'll have the reading of the book, Hair Love. We will read aloud in both English and French. We're going to welcome back Maureen to be able to read, as well as Evelyn Neva. And for this reading, we are asking any of the young kids if they'd like to come sit up front, just out front here, in front of the tables, while we have the reading.
So I have a book here that says hello. So my name is Zoe. I have hair that has a mind of its own. It kicks, coils, and calls every week. Daddy tells me it is beautiful. That makes me proud. I love that my hair gets me to be me. In funky braids with beads, I am a princess. And when my hair is in two parts, I'm above the clouds like a superhero. My hair even does magic tricks. One day, Rocky and I were playing outside when along came the rain. From large to small it went. Presto! Just like that. There is nothing my hair can't do. Today, I woke up extra early all by myself. I was too excited to sleep. It is a big day. Daddy was still sleeping. Shh, I said to Rocky as he tiptoed past him. Lately, Dad has been worn out. He makes me breakfast, takes me to school, goes to work, picks me up, and yesterday we went for a bike ride around the park. I think he needs a break. Because today is special, I want a perfect hairstyle. This calls for a professional stop. Pause off, Rocky. Daddy heard the crash. Zuri, what on earth? He asked. I was only trying to help, I said. Daddy smiled. Can I help too? It would be a piece of cake, Zuzu. The first star was a big no way. The second was no better, no daddy. Then Daddy tried slicking my hair back into two puffs. Ouch, Daddy girl. Wait a minute, Daddy said as he reached into the drawer and pulled out a pic. Ta-da! Daddy, really? I said. Now, that is that, he asked. Now, how is that, he asked, pulling the hat down over my eyes. Daddy, come on, we can do better than that. I really need my hair to be special. Don't worry, he said, we will figure this out. Then I had a great idea. Daddy gathered all the tools we needed and we were set. Watch carefully. Dad combed, powdered, oiled, and twisted. He nailed it. Funky puff buns, pretty, and so much fun. Rocky approved too. I put on my superhero cape as the final touch to a perfect look. Where is my Zuzu? Mommy called from the door. She could not get into the house fast enough. Mommy! You've got to be the prettiest Supergirl I've ever seen, she said. And your hair is beautiful, Zuri. Who did it? I looked at Daddy and beamed. Mom smiled, very nice. Thank you, we learned from the best. Dad said as he gave her a big hug. My hair is Mommy, Daddy, and me. It is hair love. So we're going to read the French translation now.
Nous avons un livre ici appelé Nos beaux cœurs au naturel, écrit par Matthew A. Sherry. Je m'appelle Zuri et j'ai des cheveux qui ne font pas que leur tête il-naturelle, bodilant et positant dans tout le sang. Avec de jolies tresses, nous de parler, je deviens une princesse. Et quand mes cheveux sont coiffés en deux pompons, je m'envoie au-dessus de neige comme une super-héros. Papa dormait encore. Chut! Je record alors que nous passions près de lui sous le pointe de pied. Dernièrement, papa est très fatigué. Il prépare mon déjeuner, mais conduit à l'école. Va au travail, puis vient me chercher. Hier, nous sommes même allés faire une balade au parc. Je me suis dit qu'il avait besoin de se reposer. Comme c'était une journée spéciale aujourd'hui, je voulais que ma coiffure soit parfaite. Pour ça, il me fera une aide d'un professionnel. Pas de petits raccords. Papa est attendu le vacuum. Zuri, veux-tu bien me dire ce qui se passe? Je voulais juste rendre utile, mais je m'excuse, papa a souri. Et moi, est-ce que je peux t'aider? Tu vas voir, ce sera simple comme tout Zouzou. Sa première partie était rose. Le deuxième n'était pas mieux, non papa. Ensuite, papa a essayé de me faire deux pompons. Il a poussé au cri. Aïe! Attends une minute, a dit papa, en venant dans le toiture pour trouver le pain. Pain, c'est une plaque, ne sais pas. Je reviens tout de suite, ma promesse, papa. À son retour, il m'a enfoncé une toux jusqu'au sous le yeux. Et voilà, Je veux vraiment que mes cheveux soient parfaits. N'était fait pas pour trouver une solution. C'est là que j'ai une idylle géniale. Papa est venu, tout ce dont nous avons besoin, plus il s'est mis au travail. En regardant attentivement la vidéo, il a peigné, séparé, lui, et aussitôt mes cheveux, il a réussi. D'un chignon triste, c'est joli, original et élégant. Même Rico a approuvé. Pour mettre cette look finale à mon style, j'ai enfin marqué le super puant. Où est ma zouzou? A pris maman et en rentrant. Je me suis précipitée vers la porte. Maman, je pensais que tu es plus jolie sous papier, que j'ai vu toute ma vie. Et tes cheveux sont magnifiques, Zoé, que tes coiffures s'estiment, maman. Rayonnement, j'ai jeté un regard vers papa. Merci, nous avons appris de la meilleure, a répondu papa, en la serrant très fort dans sa grappe. J'adore mes boucles. Elles sont à la fois une peau de maman et papa et de moi. Thank you.
Let's have a hand one more time for our readers, both in English and French. All right, kids, if you wouldn't mind going back to your seats, thank you for joining us up front. Let's give a hand for the kids. Okay. So, continuing this celebration of two powerful symbols that connect Black culture, rice and black hair, these elements have played a significant role in shaping identity, unity, and shared experiences within the Black community. Braiding has long been a cultural tradition that weaves stories together, history and identity into each strand. Hosted by Touchdown Glamour Hair, this interactive session will highlight the art of braiding while offering hands-on, family-friendly craft activity. Thank you, Elizabeth and Touchdown Hair, formerly known as Touchdown Barber and Salon, for sponsoring this segment. We appreciate the stylists who are going to give a demonstration for us, whose skills in artistry we greatly appreciate for sharing their time and their beautiful hair extensions provided. Volunteers will walk around to assist attendees. For those who cannot use synthetic hair braiding, we also have yarn available. The braid accessories can be used creatively as bookmarks, keychains, or other fun items. So now we're going to welcome our stylists from Touchdown Glamour Hair, formerly known as Touchdown Barber and Salon, to introduce the demo.
Try reading, read your hand up and let us know you want yarn.
I know where it is.
Everyone's been shy today.
Hi, do we still have any more volunteers that want to come and just, try this with us? Okay, awesome. So, we are not doing this on here, but trying to do it as a craft. And it's just to, you put into trade. Or does she want to join us? Okay.
No.
Okay, no.
It's Jada. All
Oh,
right.
okay, we have another one here.
Excellent. And if you don't
Turn
want
it
to come
into
up,
trade.
I can bring one to you.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're just turning it like pack it into tray and just cross it on each other to give out a good rate. And I think all the volunteers there have just been fantastic. Yeah. That's really good.
Does anybody want to try? Okay, here you go. Does anybody want to try at their table? You do?
Oh, yeah. Not too bad. Good to see you. Oh, no. Let me get those out of the way.
Allowed for them to have the very first treaty in Canada. That's huge. It's huge because when you think about like something like that, you know, how much weight on First Nations and what's the difference, right? And then people will say, oh no, and then the term.
Readers are really doing fantastic things. We are almost done.
So we have Cree,
So you're not cooking today? I look forward to that.
You can do it. I'm right here. I can see you.
Awesome. So we're just about to see the outcome. I think I'm going to be on here.
Want us to go another seat over there?
January to April, December till September 6th.
Awesome. Thank you for your time.
I've got a class, so I film video. And then I was keeping myself for class because I have choice. So I took the child on Wednesday. I went to class on Thursday.
Hey, Fatima. How are ya? Good to see you. Absolutely. Okay, Malika, you can sit right here. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Are you
Thank
guys
you all for
leaving?
being able to join with us today.
Okay, you can go.
See, we still have a few people trying it out. So we'll give that a minute before we move on to our next. All right, folks, we're going to get back to the program in just 1 minute. People want to gather back to this.
Malia, do you want to sit? Do you want to sit? Where are we in this program? Huh? I thought that was just me. As soon as it came in, I yeah. It's bad. Facts. No, fair point. Like when I just came in, at one point I thought it was the food or something, honestly. Honestly, yeah, honestly. Yeah, circulation.
Okay, can we have another round of applause for the hair braiding demonstration? You know, I want to point out that it is something that's really meaningful and impactful when we have individuals who understand things about hair,
What's up, bro?
so
How do you met?
like braiding.
One of our subscribers from Ghana.
Where there might not be an abundance of individuals who understand black hair. When we have individuals who are willing to share the knowledge, I feel like it's really important. And it's something that helps grow our community together so we all have an understanding about how our differences can also bring us together. So one more round of applause for teaching us about braiding. Okay. So, there are a few things that bring people together like food. And jollof rice is a dish that carries deep cultural significance, representing rich culinary traditions to Africa. The name jollof means one pot rice, reflecting its hearty and communal nature. Continuing the tradition of sharing, we're going to invite guests to share their own recipes on the Grande Prairie Intercultural website, where you'll be able to upload different recipes like rice dishes that are unique to you or your culture or important to your family. Today we will be having a bit of a tasting from the kitchen of Hilda Gamati, and who will be presenting the Ghanaian jollof, and Endurance Okabe, who will be representing Nigerian jollof. Endurance is a dedicated member of our Black History Month celebration community. So let's welcome Endurance to the stage to introduce his recipe.
Ghanaian jollof for sure.
Hello everyone. When it comes to the topic that normally brings debate in West Africa, mostly West Africa, then you have to say that is jollof. Although we have spots, but jollof comes first, because most of the times you are normally like argue like who cooks jollof the best? Is it Ghana? Or is it Nigeria?
It's Ghana. It's Ghana.
Cuisine jollof rice. Actually, we not thought maybe jollof rice
Yeah.
originated from maybe
Senegal.
Nigeria
Senegal.
Ghana. Actually, jollof did not originate from Nigeria.
No.
Jollof originated from part of West Africa called the Senegambia.
Yeah.
From the great Pope of Wolof, also called the Jollof Empire. So that we know that the name Jollof came from the Senegambians. So I give kudos to the modern day Senegalese.
Yep.
Hey, high five. High five. There we go.
As time goes on,
Yeah, let's be honest. Rice and peas is better than jollof.
Well, can't deny that.
Let's be honest.
Another part of West Africa. Then, today, recently, UNESCO did a survey, like who really originated this food, which country did it originate from? They discovered that it is the Senegalese that originated it. But we boast that even if it was originated from the Senegalese,
No, that's not the truth. That's not.
it is bring up a huge maybe debate today, like the Ghanaians will say, we cook it the best. Then the Nigerians will say, we are the one that will make the best. Then this when it comes to like jollof rice. But I can boldly tell you today, I will make a final bet that jollof rice cannot be jollof rice if it's not from Nigeria.
I can guarantee you that if Jamaica cooked jollof rice, it would be better than Nigeria.
And anytime you find yourself in the midst of arguing, and they are debating about jollof rice is better, just tell them all jollof rice is the best, but secretly go and eat Nigerian.
What is this? What is this? Nigerian promotion? What's going on here? What's going on here?
Some secrets to a perfect jollof rice. You see, jollof rice, it has a culture. You don't want to cook jollof rice, you need patience. And you must not be greedy to cook jollof rice. Because if you cook jollof rice and there's no burnt part under, meaning you are greedy, that jollof cannot be jollof. So we just call that one a regular jollof, not the smoky jollof rice we do. A good smoky jollof rice, just relax your mind. Some part of it must be burnt.
Yes.
And again, you know today that you don't cook jollof rice by maybe boil it, you steam it. You steam jollof rice, so you have to
boil
when
rice?
cooking jollof rice is very
Who boils rice?
You have to add the water, just a little above the rice, if you want to really achieve the perfect jollof rice.
And the rice is
And
steam
again,
rice, right?
I would say, let me try and edit. Nigerian jollof, Ghana jollof, all are the best. So let's not start comparing which is better. Let's just celebrate the combinations of flavor, diversity of flavor. Thank you very much.
So I can't co-sign for the final statement as being of Ghanaian heritage. I can say that, I mean, it's real jollof rice we have in Ghana, but that's your opinion. It's fine. That's fine. No, it's fine. It's cool. Well, actually, that competition's right now. So at the back, we have two different types of jollofs that we put on Saturdays. What we're going to do is we're going to go row by row here, and then we'll call each row, and everyone will have the opportunity to go have some at the back.
Are we going to vote afterwards? Are we going to have a vote afterwards? Are we going to have a vote? Which one is better? Yeah, let's be honest. It's Jamaican jollof, even though
Sounds like trouble. There's the QR codes that help you be able to upload the recipes, and that'll be where you'll also be able to see some of the videos that we show on the background. And the recipe for Endurance's smoky jollof is on the back table near the exit.
Hello. Mabuta po? ¿Cómo se po? What's going on? I didn't even recognize you. Did you recognize her? Like, I didn't even recognize you. What's going on? Are you gonna sample some jollof? Never? Well, as a Jamaican, Ghanaian jollof is better.
That's what I was told by my The line should go that way. Things are over there.
You know what we're doing? We're dealing with our people, right? You know how it is. I'm a personal Malik every now and I get a show, but I do. Pick it up, Malia. Okay, let me just go and take a peek at the jollof. See what's going on over here. What's that, Reeve Marshall? Did you say Ghanaian jollof is better? Is that what you said? No? Okay.
No comment. You're setting me up for failure. I'm going to lose no matter what.
Nigerian jollof? No? Okay. I thought you were in BC or somewhere. Oh, still in GP? Yeah, right. Special district one. Same old, same old. Nigerian or Ghanaian jollof?
Yeah.
Which one? Which one?
Nigerian, definitely.
You're-
It has to be Nigerian.
I think you're being biased because you're Nigerian.
I'm not.
I think so.
The facts are there. Go on,
Yeah?
and you see it.
What about you, Arita? What are you saying? You have to pick one, though. You have to pick. You're afraid of being ostracized? No, well, technically Ghana has wache, which is technically not rice and peas, but they cook it with rice and peas, but it's called wache. Looks pretty similar to Jamaican rice and peas. They use kidney peas, but they don't use coconut milk. Yeah, so
There's something like
yeah.
that in Nigeria too.
Yeah?
I think people from the northern part usually eat it.
Mm.
So they make it with beans. I don't know. I
Gotcha.
think that's what you call beans, right?
Yeah.
They make
Well,
it with beans and add something to it. So it comes out brown.
What I would say is if Jamaicans should cook jollof, it would be better. Let's leave it at that.
Let's try.
Thanks for coming to support me. I appreciate it.
Oh, go for it. Aren't you guys gonna go and try the jollof? Is this what you're drinking, Malia? Okay.
Also need to remember us to come to our bank.
February 17th or February 27th, one of them. I think it's February 27th. Why? Why? Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I'll confirm the time. I'll confirm the date. Probably I should confirm with Esther. Well, technically it's my event, but because it was supposed to be a partnership because I did the first one, the newcomer mixer, I did that, but then I got Esther involved to be a part of it, but then I just have so much on my plate that she's now spearheading it, but technically we are the ones who are like getting people to be a part of it, but she's planning it, so it still looks kind of like what we want it to look like. Yeah.
All you guys need to do is a post.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's it. So it's really a avenue to get the newcomers, like similar to the Caribbean Connection but more broader, to be a part of the community, right? So you get to meet people, you get to interact, like businesses get to showcase what they do and stuff like that as well. Yeah.
Okay, so you're having better roots there, or what?
Yeah, there will be different stations. It'll be at the college at the Oilers.
At where?
At the Oilers. The Oilers. The college. The Oilers. The Howlers. The Howlers. How?
Howlers.
Owlers.
Yes.
That's where it'll be.
Okay then. You know more
sorry.
than me.
Yeah. I have the details. I have the details. I'll just fill in. Are you thinking of being there?
I don't know. She was just mentioning to me. So.
Yeah. I think it would be a good idea actually. Yeah. I'll probably just remind me to text Esther.
Once this last meeting was up and had their rice and seated, we're going to continue with the program.
She's acting shy. Look at her. She's not shy. This morning I had to give her a timeout in Superstore. Like stand beside the tomatoes and don't move. Like literally. Literally. Throwing herself on the ground.
She was having a moment, was she?
So don't let this.
You see your dad's good?
Yeah. Don't let this trick you guys. I promise you. Look at her. Malia? Have you tried the jollof already?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Have you?
No, we're live on YouTube, by the way. We're live, so say hi, yeah. Nah, I'm not gonna try it. I'm on a strict what I can eat, what I can't eat kind of thing.
That's fine.
Yeah. Even though I might try it, but depends on how I feel.
Pretty good turnout this year, hey?
Oh, absolutely. There's absolutely no chairs.
Yeah.
I love it.
Good.
Malika, what are you doing? Malika, are you videoing? No? Please? Okay.
Cool. Life's good. You did your story high.
Oh, absolutely. That's all submitted. We even applied for the next seeding this year.
Oh, yeah.
So let's see.
Yeah.
But we applied underneath MJ Squared because what we want to do is podcast specific for the neurodivergent families that we're speaking about. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Get all the parents who are willing to share their experience, their journey. Have a platform, yeah. Malia, why are you adjusting my shirt? What's up? Oh, I think you should come back right here. I think she thought you were there. I think she thought you were there. She thought you were there, and then she realized, oh no, it's him. Oh, is it? It's good. Come and give it a shot. Well, listen, please. I'm just gonna go and give it a shot.
Follow.
Everyone else seems to be still standing. That's a good start.
100%. Go for it. Honey, I can't hit your brain note. Okay, are you guys out Pick it up, please.
All right, folks, while you're enjoying your rice, we have another special presentation we'd like to do here. So as we continue to honor the power of storytelling, language, and expression, we now turn to the voices of two incredible young speakers to remind us of the strength, beauty, and resilience within Black identity. First, we will hear Black Is, a powerful poem by Angel that speaks to the depth and richness of Black culture, history, and pride. Then following that, we'll hear Elizabeth, who will deliver the crown of our identity, a thought-provoking speech, reflection of heritage, self-worth, and significance, embracing who we are. Elizabeth will also be sharing the memorial remarks in honor of Lillian, to whom the opening ceremony is dedicated to. So please first welcome Angel.
That is a blessing. My skin in the sunlight, a ray of heaven's light, shone upon me. My hair radiating from God's transformation. Blooms beneath the sun's reflection, brighter by nature. Black is mercy, Black is the blessing, Black is sorrow, Black is joy, peace, love, and mercy. Black, the creator of countless inventions, the foundation
Malika.
of today's time. Black is more than the word, more than the color. Black is motherland and history, the multitude of culture. Black is Africa. Black is proud. In the waves of wind flows, the school and paradise and the recognition. Charged with the black flowers, Black is chosen. Black is a blessing from God. The color Black is love. It is human. It is all shades. Brown, dark, light, yellow. Black is bravery. I am. That is me. I'm Angel. I'm 17 years old. Hi, my name is Lily Chinetta. I'm a grade 12 student at St. Joe's, and I'm so grateful today to give this speech. When I was younger, I hated getting my hair done. I sat and I cried. But my mom told me beauty was pain. To me, Black hair is a symbol of beauty and strength within a person. During colonial and slavery periods, Black hair was often seen as unkempt or unneeded by European colonizers and slave owners. This led to the imposition of European beauty standards on enslaved Africans, who were forced to adapt to European hairstyles and urban practices. During the civil rights movement, Black hair became a symbol of pride and identity. The afro in particular became a powerful symbol of Black resistance. The Black Power movement also celebrated Black hair as a symbol of beauty and strength. Black hair was and still is often at an intersection of multiple forms of oppression. Wearing our natural hair shows pride within and is very empowering. To see where we have come in promoting self-love and self-acceptance. We are connected by so much more than just the color of our skins, but we are connected through our shared experiences and our care. It brings us together as a community. I was asked today to speak about Auntie Lillian, and as we know, over the Christmas break, we had lost her. My regards goes out to her family, but I wanted to talk about her today because she did everyone's hair in my family, and as well as a lot of other Black people in the community. Her death is one to be mourned, but her life was one to be celebrated. She was a dedicated, hardworking person who never failed to satisfy the needs when it came to doing other people's hair. She was skilled and talented. She was skilled and talented, and that was a hard thing to come by. Thank you so much for your time, and now I'd like to introduce the YouTube video to furthermore explain details of Black Faith.
And while this is going on, we're going to ask the panelists to come take their seats up.
Braids are not just a hairstyle for many women. They tell a story that has completely shaped entire cultures for thousands of years. And for many Black women, that story has often become a source of controversy and celebration alike. To understand how braids became so rooted in Black hair culture, let's go back to where it all began. Braids kept creating bonding and community between women. During the slave trade, braids are not just a hairstyle for many women. They tell a story that has completely shaped entire cultures for thousands of years. And for many Black women, that story has often become a source of controversy and celebration alike. To understand how braids became so rooted in Black hair culture, let's go back to where it all began. In 15th century West Africa, hair was an identifier. It was a way to distinguish age, religion, rank, marital status, and even family groups. And braids played a big part in that. And not just on an individual level, since intricate braiding styles often took hours or even days to complete. It was a time of bonding and community between women. During the slave trade, everything changed. As Africans were brought to the New World, their heads were often shaved for sanitary reasons. Africans not only lost their hair, but a part of their identity. Though braids weren't completely lost during slavery, many enslaved Africans started braiding their hair once again as a way to stay connected to their culture and keep their hair neat and tidy while working on plantations. Without the products and treatments typically used in Africa, Africans relied on bacon grease, butter, and kerosene instead of conditioners and cleaners. But this is just a small example of a larger sentiment that revolved around traditional African hairstyles. As slavery ended, Black women in America opted for straight hair, or good hair, conforming to a European standard of beauty. Good hair was a perceived doorway to opportunity, and Black women with straight hair were considered better adjusted or more accepted by their white counterparts.
I got the spider. It's not true. The new $6 python.
I knew I was underwater. I just didn't realize I was this underwater. If you're stressed about your pants.
By the 1960s, race relations were on the rise, and Black activists and artists alike turned to their hair as a form of expression during the Black Power movement. Natural hair was making a comeback, and braids were at the forefront of this return. Cicely Tyson became the first woman to wear cornrows on television in East Side, West Side. Some say she sparked a natural hair movement, and Black women started to follow suit. Hair was no longer associated as a source of shame, but a symbol of celebration. And the world started to notice. In 1979, Bo Derek made headlines by sporting cornrows in the movie 10. She was given full credit for the look, and it wasn't long before cornrows were known as Bo braids and began taking over the mainstream hair market. People magazine called it a cross-cultural craze and a beauty store bonanza, while the same look on a Black person was called ghetto or unpretty. In the workplace, braids were frowned upon, and many women lost their jobs over the hairstyle. Thousands of cases like this popped up. Employers argued that this style did not fit the corporate image. They were afraid of the statement they thought braids made. They didn't understand them, so they banned them. But for every setback, there was also a step forward. And no one knows that better than Sergeant Jasmine Jacobs, who spearheaded the White House petition to overturn the ban on natural hairstyles in the military. Who would have known that an Army girl can fight, but can't do it with her hair twisted? So what about me, where I'm at? No. What's wrong with what I have?
Your braids would be considered like a style because like they're parted in the middle and like going out to the sides. Your braids have to go straight back. I remember asking my first sergeant what I was supposed to do with my hair. These regulations go into effect. And she told me to get a wig. But the wording in the regulation is that the wig has to mimic your natural texture. But you outlaw my natural textures.
Wow.
So you really just want my hair to be straight. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Here's how it happened. The U.S. Army updated their grooming standards for female troops, banning a number of natural hairstyles as a way to maintain uniformity within a military population. This included twists, dreadlocks, and large cornrows, and used terms like matted and unkempt to describe the unacceptable styles. How would you explain to the everyday person who may know absolutely nothing about natural hair care or Black hair what this ban meant?
It's a ban that for the most part is saying that your hair can't be the way it naturally is. And I think what's really important to understand is that it's supremely unhealthy to not wear your hair naturally. A lot of people maybe didn't realize that it's like, hey, either you can cover your hair in like damaging like sew-ins or weaves, or you can chemically straighten it, or you can wear a wig, which I don't trust a wig staying on when you're wearing it.
I don't trust a wig, period. So in combat, that's a lot. How detrimental is that to someone's psyche?
Especially coming from the military, because it was like, hey, you're good enough to go to war and potentially not come back, but we don't support even like the very kind of like foundation of who you are. And I just didn't want to leave that kind of stigma for our future generations.
Jasmine first noticed the ban circulating on April 1st, 2014. She thought it was the worst April Fool's Day joke ever.
We had seen a draft of it. It was kind of like, well, this can't be true. And then the actual ban started coming into effect right around April Fool's Day. And so,
Mark is not funny.
y'all aren't even good at this.
No sense of humor.
At one point, I was just kind of like, you know what, if this is real, like, I'm gonna start a petition. And I honestly thought that I would start a petition just like an excuse to kind of like complain, and maybe like 50 friends would sign it. I always feel like you can't complain about something unless you charge it. And so really I was trying to like earn my complaints. It actually went very differently.
It definitely went incredibly, very, very differently.
After a couple of news shows, that's when Congress got involved, and that's when like change actually happened.
Right. Now we've got the government like in it. What happens after Congress has their say?
Some local congressmen from the state of Georgia contacted me. They actually petitioned the Department of Defense and said that they needed to review the regulations, and they also called them racially biased. It was huge. I was fighting with the Army, and it ended up like having the entire armed forces.
The immediate backlash led for the ban to be lifted by August 2014, but only on braids and twists. The Army just lifted a ban on dreadlocks in January 2017, and there are still contingencies that prevent certain types of locks.
a big part of the changing of the regulations was that moving forward, anytime there was any uniform policy that's going to affect the entire military, there has to be a diverse representation of people at the table. When you're making decisions kind of like in that vacuum, like it's very easy to say, oh, that fro is getting in the way of you being able to do your job. I mean, if you're not a Black female, then why do you know about Black hair care? And so I'm hoping that by instilling that kind of policy, that's not going to be something that continues to be the norm.
We're not just seeing this in the military, I mean, we're seeing this in so many different iterations. What message do you have for women and girls about loving their hair, loving themselves?
I think that Black women are just starting to fall in love with themselves. And we're starting to understand that it's okay to like kind of express yourself culturally like through your hair, like, you know, braids are like an art form. I think the biggest thing is just kind of coming to terms with who you are, accepting that, whether it's your hair, your gender, your sexuality, like just love yourself, just make a space for yourself in society.
We've come a long way with braids, and I feel like things are finally starting to come full circle. So I guess you're wondering, why are we still talking about braids? Black hair is coiled in a broader conversation about identity and dominant beauty ideals, and that's why braids are more than just a hairstyle. They have a past, and when we don't recognize that, we lose the history. So give credit. It's hard to hear about young girls who can't go to school with braids in their hair, and yet women who look nothing like them get praised and put on the cover of magazines for the exact same thing. Ultimately, it's about empowering girls and women that they are beautiful in their natural hair state, and that is something worth celebrating.
First of all, before we get to the panel, we want to give a big thanks for two youth, Angel and Elizabeth, for those speeches. Thank you very much again. And Angel's speech was poem was an original one, and we have copies of the back for you at the back table there if you'd like to take a copy of that home with you. So the video you just watched is called The History of Braids and Band on Black Hair. It's a thought-provoking documentary that examines the culture and the political journey of Black hairstyles. So now that we've gone through the screening, we're gonna enter some questions here with our panel, and then at the end we'll have a little bit of time if folks want to be able to come up and ask an individual question. And so, starting from my far right, I'll ask our wonderful panel to introduce themselves.
Okay. My name is Elizabeth Anduko, and we live in Grande Prairie for, I would say 8+ years, and I own a touchdown salon, downtown area, and I love Grande Prairie. It's just like home for me.
Hi everyone, my name is Ruan Fakoya. I work as an admissions counselor at a Composite High School. I've been in Grande Prairie for almost 6 years, and I mean, I like it. It's cool, it's chill, it's just too cool.
My name is Jada. I'm born and raised in Grande Prairie, been here my whole life. Oh yeah, I work at Odyssey House as the public educator.
My name is Natasha Anderson. I'm a co-founder of MJ Square, a tech company that's recently started, and also a YouTuber.
My name is Casey Okada. I am a 7-year-old student, and I am going to pursue law.
Hi everyone, my name is Tina, or Tina just Tina, but everyone is looking at. I am a stand-up group.
I moved to Grande Prairie 1 year now.
Okay, please give a hand for our esteemed panel. And so now I have a series of questions that our panelists will take turns being able to answer as much as they would like. Okay, and all of these questions revolve around hair and the struggles that some individuals have faced with hair. And so, the first question that I have is, when was your first experience having to explain your hair to somebody else? Or a most memorable one?
I remember when I was working and this wanted to breed her hair. She wanted to braid her hair, but she was like scared with it because of the cultural representation, and she's like, so Tina, how do you like to do it? And I said to her, it's the same thing as what you like to do. There's nothing different. It's just the texture. That's what I see. It's just the texture. And she was scared, got her into braided, and she started looking different, just like these blacks. So, explaining the texture of the hair, some persons look at it and go, what do you do? How do you keep it down and all of that? And it's nothing different. For me, as a stylist, it's nothing different. It's not much challenging than detangling.
I think it's a never-ending struggle to explain my texture to people. Being that I was born and raised in Grande Prairie, it's a predominantly white city. And growing up, I just constantly people asking me questions like, is that your natural hair? Do you redo your hair every single night? And I was like, no. I honestly feel like one of the most memorable times recently, a year ago, I was going to a basketball game with a friend, and this little kid comes up to me, he's like, I have a question. And I was like, go ahead, shoot. And he was like, why do black people have the coolest hair ever? And I was like, that's a loaded question. I mean, it's personal preference, but yeah,
So my experience with my hair are questions about my hair started 2 years ago, where I was working as an inventory cut and rental equipment, and I would do my hair every 2 weeks. I'll change my hairstyle, and they were curious. Why is that your hair is long today? Or asking for like this. How do you do that? I'm like, that's how my hair is. They're able to change the styles. And they're curious about, can you do my hair the same way? They want that. So that was my first experience. And up to today's days, I'm still having it with my braids, where I have clients on an everyday basis asking, how did you do that? It's the first time I'm seeing this phenomenon see it on television. I'm now seeing it in person. They're curious and they're happy. They're curious about your hair, so they braid in here.
I don't even know how to explain my hair to myself. I'm still learning. My hair texture is very different from my mother's. Hers is very coily, mine is curly. It's very different from all my siblings. We're all biracial. My first experience with hair, I don't think anybody's ever really asked me about my hair. I think it was just a comment or a look of disgust with my hair. And so I went to a French immersion school growing up, and I was the only person with really big curly hair. And my mom didn't know how to do my hair, right? So it was like Dora, triangle hair. And it was really, really big, which I love big hair. But people would look at me every time I wore my hair down from, I would say grade 4 or 5 to grade 8. And they would say, why is your hair like that? Why does it look like that? And I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what the answer was. I still don't know, like I said, how to answer that question. But it made me feel like my hair was wrong. And so every interaction that I had where I was asked questions, why your hair is like that, why does it do that, why is it so big, why is it so puffy, it made me feel like small. and made me want to straighten my hair and look like anybody else?
My first experience would be in 2019 when I just moved to Canada. I remember I was working at McDonald's, and of course I would always braid my hair. So it's not braided now because I was lazy, so yeah. But yeah, I go to work and then my coworkers were like, oh my god, is this real? Can I touch your hair? And I'm like, of course, like you can touch it. And then I think 3 weeks after, I had another braids on and they were like, oh my god, Orelu, you're always changing your hair. Like, how do you do this? And it got crazy when they learned that I usually braid my hair myself. And then the question was like, how long does it take to braid your hair? And they were like, wait, so you actually stand and then you pull your hand this way and then you're braiding? I was like, yeah, it's not difficult. It's like, oh my god, I can't do that. And then they were like, okay, can you help me to braid mine as well? And honestly, I didn't have a problem with that, so I would always, do that for them during breaks. No work hours.
Okay, I think my experience was just far back, like I would say 5 years or maybe 7 years ago. Same thing, in the workplace whereby people come to you and be like, how long does it take you to finish your hair? How do you wash it? How do you style it? And I think that's one of the reasons why it brought me to open a salon in the community whereby, especially my daughter, she's into ballet dance kind of class, and she's always on it. And I see that lots of moms would just walk up to me and ask me, like, how do you do her hair? Like, what do you do? How do you take care of it? And I think that's the kind of avenue, for me to be able to educate people about Black people here. I've seen a lot of customers that are walking into the salon, they don't know what to do with their hair. And it's an avenue for me to educate them, about Black people here, and also educate them that they can have the same thing. I've seen people coming into the salon, like they were so depressed, not happy, they don't know what to do. They feel like brushing their hair every day is a big task. And it's a good avenue for me, like I said, educate them, teach them how to maintain, how to go about, what you need to do. You don't need to wash it all the time, explain to them what they can do. I've seen a lot of people that come in that have a kind of, alopecia, or maybe they feel like their hair is breaking. And it's an avenue for me to, like I said, educate and just let them be. Like, you don't have to brush your hair all the time. There's so many things that you can do. I was able to talk to them about the products that they can use to, to maintain their hair. So it's a kind of avenue for me to educate people around me. I don't take it personal because I want them to know. When you know things, you have a kind of a limited, I would say you know what to do because they want to know. Especially with people that are very curious, they want to know exactly how does it feel, what can I do to have the same beauty, So it's a way of, talking to them and educating them. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next question. Have you ever had an experience being told that you needed to change your hair by somebody who was unfamiliar with it?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think, being told, like, can you have a straight hair? You can change it to this kind of way. And to me, I think it's just like, it's very annoying. At the same time, it's just like coming down to their level. People don't know. What you don't know, you want to know. And when you don't know, you need to explain. So I've heard that sometimes it's really like, so annoying for sure. As a human being, you feel so like, why are you asking me to change the color of my hair this way? Why are you telling me to do it this way? sometimes it's so like so annoying for sure, and it's like kind of, okay, what can I do? I just have to educate them. Tell them like, I can have what you're having, I can always be myself. You know, black is beauty, black is days, you know, black is gold. So yeah, yeah.
For me, yes. I remember it was during winter, and if we understand how our hair texture is, during winter it's not very, very favorable or good. It sheds a lot. So I remember I was sharing with one of my friends, and I was like, oh, my hair hurts so much, because I didn't braid it, I had it like afro. I mean, I wasn't supposed to do that, I know, but yeah, I did that anyway. So then she was just like, yeah, just make it straight. And I was like, no. She's like, but then it's just going to keep shedding off. I was like, yeah, that's the consequences of me not taking care of my hair. And just like she had mentioned, it's just an avenue for me to educate them and be like, yeah, it's just because I'm not taking care of it. I mean, I came from a place where there's sun, we have like so many ingredients or so many things we put on our hair to make it softer. But during winter, like it's not just favorable, and I didn't take the diligence to take care of it.
So I played college volleyball, and one day I showed up to practice with the long, beautiful braids. And I was really feeling myself, because when you get braids, you're like, oh. It's like so long, you feel like a diva, I want to get my nails done. Anyway, and my coach looks at me and says, because there's synthetic hair in my braids, and says, can you jump with your hair like that? I said, yeah, I can jump with my hair like that. And he says, okay, but if you lose any vertical, you're gonna take those braids out then. And immediately, deflated confidence. And I never, maybe one more time I wore braids while I was playing volleyball, but I always scheduled my braids in the summers when I wasn't playing in season.
For me, I've never experienced anyone with that teaching my hair. It's all been good. From Jamaica to Canada, it's all been good.
One specific time that comes to mind is I used to do dance for a brief period of time. I was around 8 years old, and I was doing ballet. And in ballet, whether it's practice or you're actually competing, they prefer that you have your hair in a slick back bun, very tight, perfect bun. And I remember it was before I was going to go on stage, and I was so excited because I had a little bit of like a little solo part, and some of the girls were trying to do my hair. They were trying to put my hair, because I had braids in, that my sister had done, and I was so proud of them, and they were trying to put it into a bun, and some of the pieces were falling out, and it just wasn't going as they had wanted it to. And it took, honestly, there must have been 10 different ladies around me, swarming me and trying to get my hair in this bun, and I was so embarrassed, because everyone else that was dancing with me had their hair in a perfect bun, and I felt like, it's like maybe if my hair was like straighter or longer, or maybe if my braids were thinner, or maybe if it was any other way, I wouldn't have to feel this sense of embarrassment. And yeah, I guess every single day at school, like people are like, oh my God, you should do this with your hair. I saw this online, I saw this on the TikTok, you should do this. And I'm like, yeah, but also, it's me, you know, I can decide for myself, and you can comment on my hair, whatever, you know, comments come and go, but I'll decide at the end of the day what I want to do with my hair, and I can do everything and more with my hair the way it is, and I don't need to change it or adjust it to your liking. I can do it to mine. Thank you.
So I've never had the experience of saying to me, change the texture of your hair, just the color, that's all. I had my hair done, a full red one. My boss walked up and like, hey Tina, I think that color's too loud for work. I'm like, I don't think so. The type of work I do, don't think so. That. Okay, well, you won't be on the floor for a week. I'm like, so be it, but I'm not changing my hair color. I've never had anyone say, change the texture of your hair, because it's always changing no matter what. Yeah.
Okay, we have about 2 more questions for interview. So, next question is, have you ever had a difference of opinion about your hair with a family member? About like how you're supposed to present it?
No one tells you what to do.
I've never had that experience with a family member of never that I know of.
Well, I have 5 older sisters, and I was raised in an all-women household. And with a bunch of black women in the house, there was a bunch of different styles and this and that. And it seemed as though like each one of my sisters just took turn doing my hair. And at the end of the day, whatever my mom said went, I felt like. So I feel like the difference of opinion was like, you should do this with your hair. No, she should do this. No, I'm gonna do her hair this week. No, you're gonna, no. It was just, I was just there. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit in this chair whatever happens, happens.
Okay, so I remember growing up and my hair was always natural. It wasn't perm. And when I was 16, 17, about to leave high school, I wanted to perm my hair. And my mom was like, no, you don't need to do that. You don't need to straighten your hair. And I went ahead and did it. And after I did it, she didn't make a big fuss of it or anything. But when it started to grow out and become natural, she was saying, there you go. This is the reason why I didn't want you to perm your hair, because you have to continue to perm it, right? You should have kept your natural hair. And now getting older, I understand. Keep your identity, keep your natural hair as long as possible.
I'm the one telling people in my household to do with their hair. I'll admit it. Don't tell my mom I told you all this.
She's far away, we're good.
My mother loves a wig, which is like awesome, cool. She likes to change it up every single day. She wears like a nice long slick or like a big fro type of wig, and I just tell her, Summy, please, like wear your hair natural. Like I want to see you wear your hair natural. She's never worn it natural out before, really. She's never really embraced that into that. That makes me sad, because she also was born and raised here, and she felt very, very different here. She felt like a fish out of water in Grande Prairie. And I think that's the reason why she's got 4 biracial kids. She thought that if she had us with like lighter skin and maybe curly hair, that we wouldn't experience the things that she experienced. So I can see that there's like a hurt there for her when it comes to her hair. So I'd be out here telling her, like, take care of your hair, I want to see it out. But she hasn't gotten there yet, so if you know her, please. Yeah, if you know her, call her and tell her to wear her hair natural.
For me, what comes to mind is I really haven't had like a family member say like change the texture of your hair. But the only thing that comes to mind is the comment my big sis makes, and she's sitting right in the audience looking at me. She would always tell me to take care of my hair. Like I know I can be very, very lazy with that, but she'll be like, "Oh, look at your hair. Like take care of this hair." And I'm like, well, I'm just being lazy, but aside that, we're really like chill. I'm the one that usually does that hair actually. Yeah.
I've never had such an experience. I was raised in a home whereby you do what you like, you do what makes you beautiful, you do what makes you to be the best where you want to be, you do what makes what makes you internally like happy. So I've never had experience of my sisters telling me do this, do that. I know what I like. I know what makes me bond. I know what makes me happy, and I'm always going for that.
Okay, thank you. And just for the final comment, and before we continue, I can actually say a lot of times for a lot of black men, myself included, we've gone through a lot of the exact same experiences of explaining hair, explaining why I can't just go to the regular barber shop to get my hair cut, or it's like, no, I just don't shave it bald at home. And then people not understanding that, like, yes, I can do my hair in certain ways, but no, I'm not just gonna grow an afro and get cornrows in, because that takes several months and a lot of work. And so for final comments from our great panel, I'd just like to ask, how does your hair add to your identity?
Wow, that's a big one. I think the last one I said, my hair is very special to me. I remember when I first moved to Canada, I had a very long hair for sure. And when I came in, the weather, the humidity and everything was just like, hot. So I have to I use the word shop. I shop up my hair and I just go like no hair. So I had to, start growing out the hair, and I would lie to you, it has never been long. And I use wig and I educate people for sure. And in my salon, I sell 100% human hair, so that if you want to have a long hair, you can have it. If you want to have a short hair, you can have it. And if you want to go afro, you can go afro. If you want the braided wigs, I have it. I sell that in the salon. I have different kind of options that people that don't even have that avenue, like you are not born here, and the texture of your hair, anything can happen, the weather, like you said, when it's really very cold. And that's one of the reasons why most of black people have braids on, because the texture or the humidity, the weather is very tough on our hair. And when you see people that have wigs on as an African, it doesn't mean maybe they want their hair to be long, but because we have to cover it so that the temperature or maybe the humidity or maybe how cold the season or how cold or how hot, because sometimes the hotness or even the cold kind of the weather can be too hard on our hair texture. So when like the question that you asked about, my hair is my beauty, is my crown. I don't joke with it. I take it personal. I take it very important. I take it very, very dear to me. I don't joke with my hair. I don't like people touching my hair. When you want to touch it, I can tell you to touch it. I'm very strict on my hair. It's my beauty. It's my crown. It makes me happy. It makes me important. It makes me go anywhere I want to go. I'm so happy with my hair.
For me, my hair is me. That's what represents who I am. Yes, I am Urua, and I feel like with my hair, I can do anything. I can really be spontaneous with my hair. I can walk into anywhere with the pride that, oh, I have an afro on, and I can style it however I want. Just the ability to be able to style it, to braid it, to do whatever stuff, just because I do it myself. I can decide to braid my hair today, it takes me 8 hours to do it myself, and I can take it out tomorrow and do another one because that's what I feel like doing. So just being able to do that makes me really excited and proud of myself.
I would say something similar to that. My hair is my identity. It is me. I swear I spend more time taking care of my hair than my actual human being self. So much resources, like financial resources, so much of my time goes into my hair. I can't tell you, I've tried hundreds of products on my hair to like get the perfect combination. I spent hundreds of hours in front of the mirror trying to get my hair the way that I want it. Detangling it takes so long, washing it, all of those things. Just the thought I put into my hair, I put more thought into it than myself, and it's how I represent myself in the world. So when people see me, they see my hair because it takes up volume, and I'm okay with that. And I think that my identity is I want to be natural, and I want to be loved, and I want to be seen for who I am. So I'm going to wear my hair that way, and yes, I'll style it different ways sometimes, but most of the time, how you see my hair is how it really is. And I think that if I show up like that, and I show up with my hair like that, and it's watching my identity, then the world can make space for me. Like if I want to wear my hair this way, then y'all can accept my hair that way.
My hair means that I'm from a lineage of set of people that ventured across the ocean to the New World. My hair means that we are strong and we're proud. My hair means that I'm able to express myself every day without boundaries. My hair means that I will carry on whatever my ancestors fight for and stand for. My hair stands for that, and I will pass it on to my kids as well. My hair means that we're able to stand in rooms such as this, expressing our culture and our hair and our culture overall, our history, that we're here to stay and we're going to pass it on to generations to come.
I feel like being so young, I'm still figuring out my identity. I don't know where I'm going to be 10 years from now. I don't know who I'm going to be. I don't know what my hobbies or interests are going to be. But one thing that I know that's going to stay stable is my hair. It's with me, and it connects me to the people in my life, specifically like the women in my family who did my hair and took care of it for me when I couldn't. And recently, I kindly asked my mom, I was like, could you cornrow my hair for me? And I cried, because it brought me back to like being a little kid, and it kind of recentered who I was.
My hair is my personality. Today you might see me with this, tomorrow it's different. And it's the same thing at work. I showed up to work, straight wig, tomorrow I'm like, oh, tomorrow's Tuesday, I'm wearing my curly wig. And then afterwards, here I am in my boy cut again. Yeah, so my hair is my personality, and it's always speaks for me. Thank you.
All right, thank you everyone. Let's get a big hand for our panelists. Okay, so we are running short on time. We have time if there's any, we have time for 2 questions from the crowd. If anybody would like to ask anything to our panelists.
Hello everyone, my name is Regina. I'm the Black History Month Celebration Committee Chair. And I have a question for the panelists, whoever would like to answer. If there was a class in school about understanding Black women's hair, what topics would you like them to cover?
I would like them to cover the topic of detangling. That's the struggle of every person, including my 3-year-old. That's the topic. Definitely want them to cover detangling.
Anyone else can answer
I think a lesson about like empathy and also just like kindness towards yourself and others when it comes to hair would be super important, because I think a lot of times people don't understand that like Black hair is very personal, and it's something that requires a lot of empathy and patience and time. So that's what I would say.
All right, thank you very much for those answers. We have time for one more question from the crowd if anyone would like to ask a question. Okay.
How many styles have you done in your past time?
How many styles have you done? Okay, how about this? How many times in 1 week have you changed your hairstyle? She said, depends on the outfit, how you're dressing.
Because I've lived in Grande Prairie for over 20 years, and I think when I first moved here, there wasn't a lot of Black people. There wasn't a lot of places to go to your hair, so you see somebody Black in the street and say, hey, where'd you get your hair done? They give you their contact, and that's how you would find your stylist, and then unfortunately they'd move, and then you would be back to figuring it out yourself. So I am curious, because now I'm seeing more Black businesses that are catering towards Black hair, what your sort of thoughts are or feedback on the needs as far as Black stylists or Black beauty shops, and then also just what do you think would help us make that more visible to the Black community in Grande Prairie?
I think whereas more Black stylists is concerned, to get it out there, I don't know, the recommendation is going good so far where each one tell everyone and after it is done. Yeah, pretty much.
It's word of mouth.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know how much the television is gonna see it first. You might hear it on the radio, might. YouTube, maybe. Facebook is good. Instagram is also great. But I mean, if someone sees me and they're like, I love your hair, where'd you get it done? I did it. Oh, where did you buy it? Yeah, and then she comes, she tells her neighbor, neighbor tells her friend. So word of mouth is like much better. Because they're seeing what you actually share with.
And out of curiosity, in beauty school, do they teach Black hair, like how to work with 4C?
Well, I was school in Jamaica, and all the mannequins come with straight hair. You have to braid the straight hair. So if you want to practice on a 4C, grab your neighbor. I had to do their hair. So growing up, I had to do their hair. So I started doing hair for 10 years. It was like my summer job in Jamaica. I had to do all the neighbors, boys, girls, everyone here. And then I started working with even when in high school I said, it's career, and you have to choose the career so they could put you to a class for it. And I said, I want to be a hairstylist or a flight attendant. And they looked at me like, you stupid. I'm like, that's what I want to be. And they're like, okay. And I went into home economics and it taught me well after leaving school. I said, okay, I want to go to hairstyling school. And my dad's like, no, no, that's what I want to do. And I was sort of neglected, like, no, you're not going to do it. I want to do it. I'll figure it out my own. Years later.
Where do y'all get your bonnets here in Grande Prairie? Because I'm tired of Amazon. You have bonnets? You talk about your bonnet.
Okay, so do you want to answer? Okay, so I think I will agree with what Tina just said. You know, word of mouth is a very important way of, you know, seeing the Black community supporting people that have salon in the community. So word of mouth, and I think also the Black history, you know, trying to maybe post it on their website to support us, because I would like to you, we for sure need that support to maintain and just keep the business going. Word of mouth, able to post it on, you know, individuals' websites, you know, because my salon is right in the Oasis building. I don't think a lot of people know we're there, but we tend to, you know, we have our Instagram page, we have our website. So word of mouth for sure is a great avenue, and the Black able to, you know, Black community able to support us, you know, be able to pay the rent and every other things that we need to put in place. It's a long way. We opened a salon right after, I would say like a month after when COVID struck. So we're still maintaining it, and, you know, word of mouth from people help us to keep us going, and I think supporting each other too is a very good impact on the business. Yeah.
One more thing I just want to mention, Tori, is for the Black History Month Gala, Tina and the Headroom actually have donated a wonderful door prize. So you want to speak a little bit about the door prize?
So for the door prize, they have come up with 3 where you would get 2 hours of any service from me. Yeah, 2 hours.
That's a good one.
And it's for 3 persons, so whoever needs it, make sure you're there to answer the question.
Okay, thank you all very much. We really appreciate it. Can we get another round of applause for our student panel? And if you look inside your program, all of their social media contacts are inside there. So thank you all very much. We really appreciate this. And so right before we end, we're just going to have some final closing remarks. So we're going to call back Maureen and our library representative to come up. Thank you.
I'm back. As we come to the close of today's kickoff event, I want to take a moment to reflect on the significance of this gathering. Today we've marked the beginning of Black History Month, a time when we honor and celebrate the incredible contributions, history, and culture of Black Canadians and the Black community. What we've experienced this afternoon is just the start of a month-long journey, one that invites us to learn, reflect, and engage with the richness of Black heritage. Today also highlights the critical role that libraries play in this ongoing journey of learning and understanding. Libraries are more than just places to check out books. They are spaces of discovery, reflection, and connection. They give us the necessary tools to learn about cultures, histories, and perspectives that may be different from our own, and they provide a platform for dialogue and understanding. In celebrating Black History Month, libraries offer us the opportunity to deepen our knowledge of Black culture, history, and the contributions of the Black community, both locally and globally. So if you don't already have a library card, please consider getting one. They're free, and they give you so much access to knowledge right at your fingertips. We also have a great book display for Black History Month out right now, and on Monday we'll have a Black author-themed scavenger hunt taking place in the teen area, so keep an eye out for that. Finally, I just want to take a moment to thank everyone who has made today possible, those who led and facilitated some incredible sessions that taught me a lot about Black history and culture, as well as the organizers and volunteers who have dedicated their time to making not only today a success, but are working towards making the entire month successful too. And also the funders, the agency partners, and the Gifted Kind contributors who also really made today possible. So thank you all for being here and helping to kick off Black History Month with such energy and enthusiasm. We can look forward to many opportunities ahead to celebrate, learn, and reflect together. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you all for being here today as we kick off this important celebration of the Black History Month. This event is more than just a gathering. It is a reminder of the resilience, achievements, and ongoing contributions of Black communities. As we move forward through this month, let's continue to educate, uplift, and advocate for justice and inclusion. Let's celebrate Black history not just in February, but every day, in the way we support one another, challenge injustice, and build a more united community. A special thank you to our speakers, our panelists, volunteers, and sponsors for making this event possible. Your dedication and support help keep these conversations alive. Enjoy the rest of the celebration of the month, and we'll see you on February 7th and March 12th for our gala. Thank you.
Hello, I'm back. So before we move on to the media, I'm just going to do the door prize draw. We have 2 swag bags from the Grande Prairie Public Library. Thank you, Kyle. So for the first swag bag here, Evelyn. Is she here?
That's okay. No.
Then our second door prize.
try not to laugh.